Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon.
And I am a rail enthusiast who loves going up and down the country, riding on the trains, filming and taking photos of them as well. These videos of my railway journeys can differ sometimes as they can go to plan or will go bad.
Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, and welcome to Gorton Station. This station lies on the former Woodhead route between Manchester Piccadilly and Sheffield Victoria, but it still sees trains through here, where they don't go as far as Hadfield and Glossop from Manchester. Now we're going to be doing something different today, because we're not going to be going into the Manchester area to film some trains. Because of Storm Dennis yesterday, and I saw something interesting as I was looking for some stations to film. I thought I'll do something different instead. We're going to be walking the Fallowfield Loop Line and taking some trams as well. So we're going to start at Manchester Central Station and go all the way around to Fairfield and Gorton. So this is my journey on the Fallowfield Loop Line. Now I'm going to be starting at a bus stop this morning because there has been some problems, like I said yesterday, with Storm Dennis, and the Chaser line was closed because of flooding. So you will join me now at a bus stop. Our journey today actually starts differently. It's about a bus stop. Unfortunately, the line between Boosley and Walsall is flooded at Bloxwich, so I can't get a train to Birmingham, which was the plan, because I had an advance ticket, and my advance ticket was Rushden Town to Manchester Piccadilly by Birmingham New Street. And I can't get to Rushden Town because the bridge underneath the railway station is flooded as well. So there's only one way getting to Stafford, and that's the bus. So I'm going to be waiting for the 0807 to Stafford.
It's a little drop. I don't know what it's like.
Thank you. I've now made it to Stafford Station. After a bus ride from where I live in Brighton to Rushling, through Carrick Chains, through Milford, Baswich, stuck in a traffic jam for about 20 minutes and made it to Stafford. Now unfortunately, this is the ticket that I need to show you. As you can see there, that's the Rushling Town Birmingham advance ticket for the 0823 this morning. That train got cancelled due to flooding in Bloxwich area, which I couldn't go to Rushling Tram Valley as well, like I mentioned, because
this is a security message.
The bridge underneath the railway line is flooded, so there was no access to Rushling Tram Valley. However though, the reason I was going to Birmingham was this, because I had a bad ticket from Birmingham to Manchester at 09:31. We'll be able to make that train if we went that way. So I come to Stafford to get the 10 o'clock to Manchester Piccadilly, which is that train from Birmingham New Street. So that's why I come to Stafford. But unfortunately yesterday we had Storm Dennis and it's flooded the whole area up. So this is why today I'm actually trying not to do something railway related as much. I've actually got no plan for today. So this is why I'm doing something different instead. Deansgate-Castlefield. Now the reason I've come here because this is the start of the Fallowfield Loop Line, which I'll be visiting all the disused stations on this line today. Now we're going to start here because behind me is the former Manchester Central Railway Station, which operated services on the Fallowfield Loop Line towards Fairfield, Guybridge, Gorton, London St Pancras and so on. Now this station was opened on the 1st of July 1880 by the Cheshire Line Committee, but however the station closed on the 5th of May 1969. Now I'm going back on the trams because the next stop is a tram stop actually, but it is on the site of a disused railway station. We're now at the former disused station of Chorton-cum-Hardy. Now it's a Metrolink station, but this is the first station on the Fallowfield Loop Line. This station opened the 1st of January 1880 by the Midland Railway, later than the Cheshire Line Committee. The station closed on the 2nd of January 1967. However though, the line was actually open for freight until 1988. On the 7th of July 2011, it was converted to the Metrolink platforms you see behind me. So, I have noticed something here at Chorton. They say Chorton, but it's actually the place is called Chorton-cum-Hardy. But you have a look over here behind me, just there, you can still see the disused platforms that used to be here. I'm going to zoom on in them now, and then we're going to take a tram to one tram stop down the road, because even though there's not a railway station there, it used to be an important junction. Behind me is St Wreburgh Road Tram Stop. Now there was never a disused railway station here, but this was an important junction. Now the junction was called Chorton-cum-Hardy Junction, named after this disused station just north of me here. Now however, this actually took you for two ways. Behind me here used to take you to Didsbury, Cheadle Heath and onto Chimley, and then onto the Hope Valley line towards Sheffield. However though, this path right here, which is now a cycle path, used to take you on the Fallowfield Loop Line that took you to Hyde Road, Gorton, Fairfield and onto Guybridge, and we're going to be walking this line for the next 2 hours. So there'll be no trams, no trains, just to those disused stations that I want to look at and to walk the whole line. This is the second disused station on the Fallowfield Loop Line. This is Wilbraham Road Station. Now this station was opened on the 2nd of May 1892 as Alexander Park. It was renamed on the 1st of July 1923 to Wilbraham Road. Now sadly this station closed on the 7th of July 1958, but the tracks remained here until 1988. And now it's part of this cycle path towards Hyde Road Station. So, this way is Chorton-cum-Hardy Junction, and behind me right now, this takes you on to our next disused station, Fallowfield. Just amazing how many bridges that this line travelled under and over are still in use as a part of this cycleway. But we're en route to Fallowfield now, just gone past Prince's Road Bridge, even though it looked like a tunnel, but it's a bridge. I've just stopped here for a minute because I just want to talk about this railway line that I'm walking on at the moment. Now, the line was opened by the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway as part of the Cheshire Lines Committee between Chorton-cum-Hardy and Fallowfield. Now this stretch opened first, which it opened on the 1st of October 1891. Now the next stage was Fallowfield to Fairfield, which opened on the 2nd of May 1892. Now they used to run trains from Manchester to Sheffield here, because when you got to Fairfield it took you on to Guy Bridge onto the Woodhead route. Now the line did suffer though from competition of other railway lines in the 1920s, and in the 1930s the traffic started rapidly declining. Now the line closed to passenger in 1958 and it fully closed in 1988 after it was used for 30 odd years as a freight line. Now today it's a part of a cycle route between St Wreburgh Road Tram Stop and actually onto Fairfield itself. But we're going to be walking some of this stretch anyway, so we're going to carry on now to Fallowfield Railway Station, which there's a Sainsbury's sign on it now. This is Wellington Road Bridge. Now the track did used to come under here, but unfortunately now what I've seen in front of me is that I can't go any further on the track bed. It curves off this way, so I'm going to have to leave the track bed for now to curve off that way. But we're still en route to Fallowfield anyway. As you can see here, there's a map here with the Fallowfield Loop. Now, when it's that red thing there, it says you are here. We're just at Wellington Road Bridge still. Now, Fallowfield is that Sainsbury's supermarket there, so we're not far away from it. So we're going to carry on and find the railway station now. here actually used to be the disused station of Fallowfield, which is now a car park at a Sainsbury's. Now this station was opened on the 1st of October 1891 by the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, which is part of the Cheshire Committee. The station closed on the 7th of July 1958, but the line remained in use for freight until 1988. Now there were some sidings here, but they were used by the London Brick Company. So, towards that way is towards Chorton-cum-Hardy Junction, but this way is a half an hour walk to Levenshulme South Station, which is our next disused station along the Fallowfield Loop Line. We're now back on the tram bed. Yay! Right, as I said, that Levenshulme South is half an hour walk from here. Behind me now is Fallowfield Station, where the Sainsbury's car park is. But also en route to Levenshulme South, we cross two railway lines. First railway line we cross is the Style Line between Wreburgh Road and Manchester Piccadilly. And the second one we cross between the West Coast Main Line between Heaton Chapel and Levenshulme Station. So we'll carry on walking this now and see how far we can get. Hopefully all the way. Can't see me very well, but we're now under the West Coast Main Line, just before Levenshulme Station. Now this is absolutely brilliant because this looks like it's a tunnel. This part here. It's echoey as well. Levenshulme! See? But if you look here, you can see how different it is. Behind me there. Because halfway, actually, just stand here. We're halfway between two tunnels, well, bridges, because you can just make it out behind me. Here is where it diverts. So you've got this curved tunnel here, and then it's a bit more cubey or rectangular here. Anyway, as you can just hear, there's a train behind me. I'm just about to leave this tunnel now because I literally had to use the light on my phone so you can just see me, because it's absolutely dark. This camera picks it up. But as soon as we leave this tunnel, we've come to our next railway station. It's just interesting how curvy this is. Like, you can just see behind me now how much of a curve that is. And how much straighter it is the other end. You can just see it behind me anyway. So, as I mentioned, there's a station we're coming up to. Behind me here is Levenshulme South Station. I'm going to take a look at it now. After a half an hour walk from Fallowfield, this is Levenshulme South Station. Now, Levenshulme South was opened on the 2nd of May 1892 as Levenshulme by the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, On the 15th of September 1952, it was renamed to Levenshulme South, but the station closed on the 7th of July 1958. Now the station building, which is behind me, as you can see, the platform stairs are boarded up now, but the station building is there. We're going to have a quick look at that, and then we're going to carry on in this direction here to Hyde Road Station, which will be the last disused station on the route. Behind me is Wreburgh Road Bridge, and I've just realised and remembered this actually. Hyde Road Station is actually a 40-minute walk from Levenshulme South. The question is, why am I doing this? The simple really, because I could do the train today, but with the weather yesterday with Storm Dennis, I decided against it, doing something different, because I just felt like doing it. Anyway, let's move on to Hyde Road. We just diverted off it slightly because this path's taken us this way, but the railway line is actually just below us now. Well, just over there actually. So we just diverted off a little bit, but we're on this footbridge, and it is a nice footbridge actually. I'll show you a quick video and then we'll carry on. We're at Stafford Lane Bridge now, which I think is bridge 14 out of 27. Mind you, I'm counting down from 27 to 1. Now these houses behind me have been built on a former railway depot, and that is Regis Electric Depot, which is where they've had the EM1s and EM2s for the Woodhead route, or the Class 76s and the Class 77s. Now, the depot was opened in 1954 and closed in 1983. But, yeah, this is part now of the Woodhead route that I'm walking through. Even though it's still the Fallowfield Loop Line, this part of the line was electrified up to the depot. So we're going to find Hyde Road Station now. We're now on a bridge looking down the line between Wreburgh and Regis North. Sadly though, I don't think there's any trains to pass through at the moment, so we're just going to have to keep on walking. Sadly, I can't go no further for a bit because they blocked this area off, so there's a path here which I'm going to take to get down towards Hyde Road Station. Luckily though, it just looks like it's a little stretch that they've blocked off. I think I'm near Debdale Park. Now unfortunately I had to take a massive diversion away from the line because they're doing work on the bridge next to the disused station of Hyde Road. You come all this far for that disappointment. So we're going to see, it's a bit muddy over here, but we're going to see if we can try and get back on it, see if we get it from the other end. The good news is I'm back on the Fallowfield Loop Line. The bad news is I can't get to Hyde Road Station. You come all this far for a footpath to be closed. Oh well. I'm going to have to go try and do it again later on. We might show first line. As you can see behind me, there's a bridge there that's been filled a bit. But behind me here is Hyde Road Junction. Now that takes you on to Fairfield, and that way takes you on to Gorton. But I think we're going to go all the way to Fairfield and get a train back to Manchester Piccadilly from Fairfield. But it's a shame that I couldn't get to Hyde Road Station. You can see behind me now that the bridge is infilled here. I think some of the bridges are now infilled, which is a shame, but let's get to Fairfield anyway. Believe it or not, that is a bridge. It's been infilled though, but that's a bridge. Sadly, we have reached the end of the line. The line actually runs through those houses, but it's been goods yards there now. We're not far from Fairfield Station. I've just got to take a little diversion and then we're there. It has been a day, I'll tell you that. Just crossing this road here, through this gate, and we're at Fairfield Station. On the Woodhead route. We made it. Fairfield Station is right behind me. We just come to this little bit here because this is the track bed that I'm standing on, where the Fallowfield Loop Line joins up at Fairfield. As you can see, it is bricked off down there, but that's where it used to go. Diverted off this station just down there. Platforms were roughly here for the Fallowfield Loop Line, and it diverted off that way. And then this way is where your station is, and they joined onto the line after the station, onto the Woodhead route. As you can see, it's even fenced off, but you could probably just make out some platforms there. But that's basically the end of the Fallowfield Loop Line. So I made it to the end of the line, Fairfield Station, and to be honest I think the rain is actually starting to come down now. So we just got that walk in before it started raining. But Fairfield Station was opened in 1841 and it was resited in 1892. At one point it did have 6 platforms, to be honest, which 2 platforms over there were for the Fallowfield branch. There's 2 here that are still in use, and there's 2 over there that are now disused, behind that fence. I'm going to wait for a train now back to Manchester, and then we'll see what we'll do. No, I'm going to stop off somewhere else and then go back into Manchester Piccadilly. And now we're at Gorton. This is the western end of the Fallowfield Loop Line, which diverts off at Hyde Road Junction and comes onto here. But Gorton was opened by the Sheffield, Ashton, Underline and Manchester Railway on the 23rd of May 1842. On the 25th of August 1906 it was renamed to Gorton and Openshaw. On the 1st of May 1926 it was renamed back to Gorton. But yes, that's all the stations, disused and current stations, apart from Guy Bridge of course, on the Fallowfield Loop Line. I'm just going to wait here for half an hour now, then go back into Manchester Piccadilly. Oh and yes, we actually had a travel on a pacer. And just to show you here on this board that says the Glossop line, it's the Fallowfield Loop Line. As you can see, Manchester Central, Chorton-cum-Hardy, Wilbraham Road, Fallowfield, Levenshulme South, Register Depot, Hyde Road, Fairfield and Gorton. I'm going to be filming trams at Manchester Tram Stop, which is the first station towards Rochdale from Victoria Station. I think this line used to be the older Mumps line. But anyway, we're going to be doing some filming here at the trams to end this blog, and then I'm going to go to Manchester Victoria we've got a hotel at Manchester Victoria. I'm now in the Travelodge at Manchester Central Arena, next to Manchester Victoria Railway Station. Now, the blog did start off bad, but I managed to try and recover it as quick as I could, because the chase line was flooded around the block switch area, which means I could not get a train to Birmingham, because my band's ticket had me from Rugeley Town to Birmingham, and then Birmingham to Manchester Piccadilly on CrossCountry. So unfortunately I could not get the train to Birmingham, so I had to get the 826 bus to Stafford. Once I was on the bus it was fine until I got around Basich, Radford Bank area, and there was a traffic jam, unfortunately. But we did make it to Stafford to catch my train. I would have called to Birmingham to Manchester Piccadilly. Got there about 3 or 4 minutes late. Then I took the tram to Deansgate-Castlefield so I could see Manchester Central Station, which was the starting point of the Fallowfield Loop Line, with trains leaving out of Manchester Central, going around the loop, onto Fairfield and Gorton. Now the Fallowfield Loop was a suburban service, but it did run some express trains as well. So, excuse me. So then we went to Chorton-cum-Hardy, which is now a Metrolink Tram Stop. Then we went to, here we go, Wilbraham Road. Then I went to Fallowfield. Then I went to Levenshulme South. Then walked past Reddish Depot. Sadly though, I could not get to Hyde Road, which was annoying as hell, because I got that far and unfortunately I couldn't make it because they were doing some works to it. Where the digger was, the railway station was right there. Excuse me. So that was disappointing, but unfortunately that's that. What I'll do in future is I'll go to Wreburgh Station, because it's 11 minutes walk from there to Hyde Road Disused Station. I'll just try and get that in the future if I can. Then we went to Fairfield. We literally walked it there. Like if you see the walking distance on a map from St Wreburgh Road Station Tram Stop, which is where Chorton-cum-Hardy Junction was, to Fairfield Station, it's a Fairfield distance of 2 hours and 22 minutes. It took about 4 hours to do that, to be honest, because I did stop and start and filming all the bridges as I could, stopping to talk about the stations, and I did have 20 minutes in the Sainsbury's in Fallowfield as a toilet break. Then I went on to Gorton, because that was the other side of the Fallowfield Loop Line, back to Manchester Piccadilly, then I caught a tram to St Peter's Square, and then caught a tram to Monsall Road, did some filming there of the trams, went back to Manchester Victoria, and that's it really, here. So yes, today's vlog was very different indeed, and I hope you enjoyed it, but normal service will be resumed tomorrow, because hopefully I'm going to Tomberdon, calling at all stations en route. That's if the storm Dennis did not affect that area, because it did over the weekend, to be honest. But yes, I'm going to end this vlog now. So the social medias are going to be at the end of this video, in the credits, when I say thank you for watching, list all the music that's used in this video, and then the social media be at the end. So this blog has now reached its final destination and is terminated. Thank you for watching Siren Trains, and we'll see you when I go to Tomberdon.